Hey, what's up, everybody? So we're back again today with some Disney Speedstorm. Appreciate Teddy Monster Girl for the follow since the last time we were live. And today we're gonna just finish out this season pass and the season tour mode as we are ending season 4 with 9 days, 10 hours remaining. So we're gonna finish those out, and then we will, if we have some time left over, we'll jump into some multiplayer and whatnot. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be into today. For those who haven't played it, Disney Speedstorm is a free to play game. So definitely check it out in the, wherever you're gaming. Um, Give it a shot if you prefer, if you like racing games specifically, that sort of Mario Kart esque racing games, that sort of style. It's very similar. A lot of fun. There's a lot to do between multiplayer, single player, monthly, season passes, which we can show off here. So you got about 50 levels, and there's the premium pass, and there's also a free pass, so you can unlock stuff for free if you don't want to spend unlock the golden pass. But you also can unlock credits in game. If you see, I have 1,768, and that's all from just multiplayer grind as you unlock it when you're climbing ranks during multiplayer. So I believe the pass is like 900 or so. So you could honestly unlock the pass without actually spending money on it as well if you choose. I think the next pass is Frozen. I think it's going to be the season 5. So I know a lot of people enjoy Frozen. So if you want to jump in and unlock those characters, season pass is definitely the best way, as well as the season tour gives you a lot of cool stuff. And it's not too late to jump in the game. We'll check out the shop here. So if you don't know, um, these are all the like past seasons they've already had characters for, but they do have universal boxes, which lets you unlock any character in the game by collecting shards from them. It does take a little while, but you'll be surprised how many you actually unlock. And they also have these free boxes, which are similar um, and give you a lot of different characters and stuff. Not every character, but a decent amount. So we'll go to open our free daily box and see what we get. Some Goofy. So racer shards, they're kind of hard to come by, but if you just play the game, they start to accumulate after a while. I definitely think the season pass is the best way to spend those speed coins. So I wouldn't like necessarily spend those in the store, um, just because you get a lot more from the season pass than you would just be spending them here. We do have enough to do a multiplayer box, so we'll do that just to check what level I'm at. Victory animation, cool. Let's see what collection. So we're not too far off. We'll probably, depending on what we unlock today, we might actually go up a collection level too. Check the missions for today. We got stun 5 opponents, perform 10 aerial stunts, use 10 charged. Got a bunch of season ones. I don't know if I'm gonna really need to do these, because I don't know if I get anything past tier 50. Okay, so the last tier can be earned multiple times, so you can get more season box credits essentially by continuing to level up, which isn't bad. The season box is pretty. Can show that off. I don't want to buy it though, but yeah, if you see, it's not too bad there. You can get a lot of racer shards, so it's not too bad. but not necessarily something I need to grind XP for. As long as we get to 50, I think I'll be okay for this season. All right, appreciate the follow there, Pixie Bean. But yeah, so this is what we're gonna jump into today. Just a little Disney Speedstorm here. So we'll check out the season tour. They unlock one every Friday, a new chapter. So we're at the end of the season. So we're at the last chapter, increasing in difficulty, of course. I did undo a couple of races so far. So we'll go ahead and claim these rewards here. And we did unlock a new crew member. So that's going to give us some more towards our collection level there as well. The Yeti for Monsters Inc. So that's good. So Aladdin is the main one this time. So you'll usually have one single track that's usually lets you use your Aladdin characters. That's typically you shouldn't have a problem getting through as long as you've kept up with the season pass. And then you have other ones that make you use specific levels and characters. So like this is the Mickey's and Friends, but I don't have a Mickey at a level 27, so I'm not going to be able to accomplish that one until I was able to get someone from Mickey and Friends up to a level 27. So unfortunately, we won't be able to do that one, but we're going to at least get the main one, which should give us level 50 of the season pass today. Hopefully, we can get through all these. And we'll unlock all these rewards along the way as well. But a lot of stuff, go back to the main for a second. So there's all these different racers you can get. Aladdin and Genie were the main ones for the pass. So as you can see, they're like the highest level racers. So you do get the golden pass is pretty helpful, and then Jasmine was the free character in that, but you do get quite a bit. But you can customize pretty much everything. So their attire, victory celebrations, the cart they drive, mainly just colors and decals and stuff. You can't choose different carts. There's skills, so as you unlock racer shards, they go up different star levels, which increase their skills and their stats and all that. So right now we're 30 away from being a level 4. And then there's your online rank there too. And you have that for every single character in the game. So, and then you have the stats and the upgrade, which you need resources, which you unlock throughout the game to upgrade them. So that's kind of a quick rundown of Disney Speedstorm. And like I said, we're just going to jump in and finish out this season tour and try to complete as much of it as we can because it is a big XP boost here. So we'll see how far we can get on that. We'll check and see if I can complete any of these old ones. I'm not sure if I can. Monsters Inc. Nowhere close. Okay. Mickey and Friends, I didn't win it, but I don't necessarily need to win it. So, nothing there. These will give us upgrades. So we'll just do an upgrade race real quick to warm up, kind of get back into the racing mode. Do a few of these before we start off into the story mode today. I think I need to do a few of the easy events as well, so we'll check those out next. But we'll just kind of get started out with these, and then we'll jump into the story mode here. So, okay, and now my controller is not working. Awesome. I don't know what happened there. It was working the whole time, and it's working on this screen. So why is it not working? There we go. Okay. So let's try to race again here. So we got the new events. Oh, Dragon's Journey. It all started with the mouse, the cup, last wish. So we got a bunch of new events here. Oh. All right. Let's just do the daily challenge to knock it out real quick. Drift, restop 3, use 2 backward skills. This is also a warm up because it's a easier level, so we shouldn't have any issues winning these before we jump into the story mode here. Let's hope the controller works this time. I believe we got that fixed, so yeah, there we go. Right out the gate with the bump. And we got to use 2 backward skills. So we'll make sure we knock that out the way. Can't use that one backwards, but these are just 1 lap races, so they're pretty quick. Good way to get easy upgrade abilities. I don't know if it lets us use that backwards, so I still need 1 more backwards skill. Hopefully that will work. I'm pressing back on it even if it doesn't go back, so hopefully that counts. We'll see. But yeah, we're a higher level here, so this shouldn't be any issues for us. I got a drift too. I don't know if I drift. We'll see. Got a little XP there. So yeah, we unlocked all of them. Easy. Daily challenge rewards, and it just gives us upgrade items, but like I said, they're kind of hard to come by, so just doing these whenever you hop onto play will definitely help you make sure you can upgrade all your people. So restop 3, drift for 6 seconds, use manual boost, and win the race by boosting for 6 seconds. Alrighty, so this should be fairly easy as well. Again, we're just warming up before we begin the season tour, so jump into the race. We got Randall in here. Mulan. Awesome. Been rated. Appreciate it. Jumping in here. We're in a daily race, event race here in Disney Speedstorm, which is what we're playing today. So everyone joining, welcome. If you haven't seen this game yet or even played it, it's actually a free-to-play game. So if you like racing games, especially like that, I always heard Mario Kart kind of vibe. This is definitely a game to check out. Obviously Disney themed, so all the Disney characters, and they're about to be on season 5, so it's a good time to start. I think 9 days until the next season drops, which is going to be Frozen. So if anyone's a Frozen fan, then definitely got to jump in, try this game, check it out. Then yeah, TCC Discord group, appreciate it. First time on the raid here, so appreciate all y'all jumping in here, hanging out with me today. Uh, and don't be afraid to jump in the chat, especially if you're a Disney fan. Let me know what's your favorite Disney animated movie, Disney character, anything like that. Um, I actually just started this game. I was bored and I was looking for something to play, and then I noticed this was free to play now, and I was like, oh, let's check it out. And then I've just kind of been hooked on it since then. I'm a big racing game fan, especially back in the day, PlayStation 2. I grew up with the Need for Speed games and stuff like that, and haven't got away from racing after a while. But I found this, and it's kind of like childhood fun again. So definitely check it out if you haven't. And if you know, it's a good game if you have kids or to play with or anything like that. It's not too hard to control. It's like I said, Mario Kart esque, so it's not too hard to game to play. And then of course, you have all the Disney characters. So fun little game here. So we are jumping into the season tour mode here. So it's a bunch of levels. It's kind of their single player career mode, season mode, if you will. Um, and you get unlock XP along the way to do. They call it the Golden Pass, but that's their little free to play pass, and you can pay for the upgraded version. Which the one good thing is you can play multiplayer games and get the currency in game to unlock the pass, so you don't necessarily have to pay the $10 or whatever it is to unlock it if you're playing the game enough. But we're pretty much finished with the season, so we almost at level 50 of the pass, which is the last level. So that's figured we would just finish that up today on the stream. And also introduce anyone to this game that hasn't seen it yet, that might want to try it out and play. It seems like it's so when it was released, it was a paid to play game, and it had seemed like a big community in it. And then now that it's free to play, more people are jumping into it on. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I know. I say I had it. I think I heard about it when it came out, and then I was like, oh, I'll have to check that out, and then I just kind of forgot about it, and then was on PlayStation one day and was like, oh, this is that game. It's free now. So I was like, let me test it out. And one thing that's cool. So I started playing it on my PlayStation 5, and then later downloaded on Steam, and you were able to transfer your progression between consoles. So I was able to keep all the stuff I had, keep all the progression I had on the PlayStation, and just transfer it to the Steam version. So I didn't have to restart at all there. So that was a big bonus for me. Because I will say, at first, it's a grind to unlock a bunch of characters. All right, so we got a new crew member unlocked. And just so y'all can see, here's kind of all the collections they have so far. So we got Mickey and Friends, which is going to be Mickey Mouse, Donald, Goofy, Minnie, all those, Steamboat Mickey. This was kind of their initial Daisy Duck drop collection. And then Mulan, which isn't, it's just Shang and Mulan. So it's not really as big. Some of them are not as big as collections, but Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth Swan, Hercules here. And they also have all these crew members, which are kind of like you attach to the racer and helps give them like extra stat boosts and stuff depending on the crew member here. So we got Beauty and the Beast. Let's see. The Jungle Book, Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Lilo and Stitch. Still trying to unlock Stitch. These are probably the hardest ones to unlock, just because you can only get them out of one box opening. And then we got Aladdin, which Aladdin is the current season. So when season 4 is what they're on now. So you're pretty much, if you're playing during the season, you're going to unlock pretty much all the racers. So the next one's actually Frozen. So that'll be a bunch of characters there too. So they got quite a bit to unlock here and play as. And I've been playing for maybe just like a month or so now, and I have quite a bit of racers already unlocked. And like I didn't buy any of the packs or anything like that. Just played the game. So we'll jump back into the season tour here. And this one just need to win the race. And we got Jasmine here, so it shouldn't be too bad. But the multiplayer is pretty fun too. You have an individual rank for each racer, um, so you can level them up and you unlock pretty much stuff specific to that racer throughout that. And it's not too difficult. You can get to like the fourth level, you don't lose any points. So you can climb it faster if you do better, obviously. But even if you're struggling getting the hang of it, you can still climb those ranks and get pretty hard. Then after that, it gets a little more difficult because you actually start to lose points. So you can drop down races pretty quickly. But I say anyone who's played Mario Kart, it plays pretty similar to that. Of course, with its own Disney spin on it and things. But I feel like we don't have enough of these racing games, at least not like something as big as Mario Kart. So it's always good to have other options. And, you know, who doesn't love Disney? So there's always that too. And I'll be curious to see what other characters they add along the way. Frozen makes sense, probably one of their biggest, most recent Disney movies. So I'm sure a lot of people, of course, coming around the time of the free release too. That's probably a good one to drop to get a lot of new people into the game and playing it. So, and then I was talking about the online mode. They also have a regulated mode. So, in the ranked mode, they do matchmaking. I will say sometimes it's not the best. They try to give you around the same levels and rank that you are, but sometimes you're just playing against higher levels and are outmatched. But then they have a regulated mode where everyone is a level 30 racer, and it's just kind of down to skill in the racer you choose at that point. So that's kind of their even playing field online mode, and you unlock stuff for that as well too. So once we finish the little season last chapter here, we can check those out as well. But you get like these little boxes along the way through the season mode, and it unlocks different stuff. We'll open the boxes once because we're gonna get a lot of boxes to open and stuff just by completing this. So let's see. We need to win the race, and you have your race goals here. That's what gets you your XP. You only need to do one of them to move on in the path, but obviously, the more XP you get, the better. So this one, we need to win or reach top 3, and slide on the grind pipes for at least 3 seconds. So we'll make sure we can do these so we get all the XP here. Once again, appreciate the TCC family here. This is my first time doing it, but it's pretty cool to see 23 viewers in and have people chatting and interacting and all that. So appreciate y'all, of course. I'm excited to do more and jump in everyone else's streams and say hello and get to know you guys. So much appreciated for sure. So then we got the grind pipes here. Make sure to do 3 seconds there so we can get that XP. I have to say, like, the for this style racing game, the controls feel really smooth, like the drifting, the skills, and all that. It feels really smooth, and the tracks change ever so slightly, and they have quite a few. Um, and so even playing for like a month, I'm still finding different shortcuts and easier paths and ways to get better time, better at the game. So there is like an element of skill involved, but there's still that fun to play nature where you can just pick up and play that you don't find in a lot of games, as much nowadays. There's a big with online and multiplayer, there's a big skill gap, but even this, I think you can have fun at any skill level in this game. And there's a good level of single player progression and multiplayer progression, so it's kind of whatever style you're feeling. If you're more of a multiplayer, you can just grind the multiplayer ranks and unlock a bunch through that, or you can just play solo against the CPU and progress that way. But we're in first. We should. Yeah, no one's really close to us. This is what helps. I always recommend if you're gonna play this, whatever the free season pass for whenever you start. So next, whatever the frozen free player is, I recommend leveling them up as high as you can. Focus on them first in multiplayer because that's gonna really help you when you're doing the solo progression. It's gonna make the races just a little bit easier, and you can kind of speed through them. You might not be able to unlock. Um, I'll show you. Sort of these extra paths can take some time here because you do have to have a wide variety of racers in that. But you're not going to miss out on a ton by not doing a few of these. You might just miss out on a few of these reward boxes, which of course be nice to unlock everything, but sometimes it's kind of up to the luck of the draw with what racers you're able to unlock sometimes. And then there we go. Okay. Keep all right. So we just got to win this race. But you also, it can be a hard grind for multiplayer sometimes to try to level up those racers to the levels that you need. Especially you have to have, once you get to level 25, there's certain things you have to have racer shards to even be able to continue to upgrade. So but you should be able to complete most of the. I think I only have maybe like this one I won't be able to complete all of them, and I haven't a few in the last chapters I just didn't have the racers for. Or I just got them and haven't had time to really level them up yet. So they also have different racing modes, which makes it interesting. This one, all the stuff is in the air, so you got to kind of use the jump feature more. Different style of racing. They have like an eliminator one where you just last place gets. Um, you have like 3 lives, and every time you're in last, you lose one. And then if you lose all your lives, you get eliminated, and the last person standing essentially wins that race. There's a few other different ones. Hopefully, we'll be able to play the variety of them, but a lot of regular racing too. So I'll say this one's not my favorite just because I forget to jump sometimes. I'm so used to the traditional racing, I'll just miss these entirely. Alright, we should finish this one. Just got a little bit left to go. So that's actually their special skill. So every racer has their own unique special skills that get unlocked at level 50. Well, once they become a 2-star racer. So once you get enough shards to level them up to 2 stars, then they'll unlock their special ability. Some are better than others for sure, but everyone's kind of unique in that fact. So that's kind of cool too. There's a lot of elements to this game that are make it more than just kind of your cartoon racing game, which is interesting. Makes it more competitive too. So we're almost at our last level here to level 50. So the next one, you need to use 12 skills. So hopefully it's a bit of a longer race because sometimes if you're going too fast, you can't get all the skills in time if you miss a few too. Um, Also, there's different styles of racers. So Jasmine, she's a speedster, which are typically your faster racers in the game. Um, Everyone has their perks. So speedster, speed, obviously. Then you have tricksters, which they kind of gain their speed boost and power by using skills and stuff like that. And then if they bump into people, because you can bump into racers and take them out in this game too, they deliver kind of a thing that makes the view switch. It's hard to see. I'm sure it's going to happen to me at some point, so I can show that when that happens. But those are tricksters. Then you got brawlers, which are just kind of your brutes, and if they knock into you, they're gonna knock you out and cause you to spin out of control for a second, like that. And then there's defenders, which if you bump into someone, it gives you a shield, which protects you. And all of them have small different attributes and stuff like that. So there's 4 different classes, and that definitely affects how you do in the game too. And I'm not doing the best here. Let's get back in this one. Back in first now. I still gotta use 12. I think I've used quite a few skills so far, but definitely not 12 yet, so make sure I'm not missing any of those. Alright, picking those up as we go. That's the worst part of this game to me, is if you get stuck on the wall, there's not really an easy way to just get out of that. You pretty much just have to take the restart there and let yourself blow up. But so I don't know if we used enough skills. I hope we did, but I definitely wasn't keeping count there, so we'll see. We got the win though. Yeah, no. Okay. Which I'm already at level 50, so XP isn't that huge to me at this point. If I don't get all of them, but you can always go back and try for the race goals that you missed just to get that extra XP if you need it. So we just gotta win this one. And pretty much on this, every other one is sort of just win, reach top 2, top 3, and then you have your specific goals. Every other race for that main track is like that. So you're not stuck doing random goals every time, which can get tricky. And sometimes you win the race, but you don't use enough of the skills, and you have to redo it. And sometimes that can get a little old if you have to do it multiple times. But then you get races like this where you just have to win, which is kind of nice. Gives you a break from having to do specific things during the race. And so at the end of the race, there's always this is sort of the last final boss, I guess you would say. And these are the ones that I find myself coming in second more so than others. Just because that final boss can be a little difficult, even if they're low level, they're pretty solid racing. So, and Aladdin is pretty good in this game. His special skill is like the magic carpet, so it's a pretty good one compared to others. So that was that sort of flips your camera version there. That's what tricksters can do just by bumping into you. So that's an interesting class, but they're not as powerful as brawlers and not as fast as speedsters. So that's kind of like your in between class, I would say. But there's definitely some good tricksters in the game.
I need help.
All right, so we got that one beat too. That should pretty much do it for the main path on this last chapter. Let's see. So we're gonna claim these rewards.
Fabulous.
And we got a new collection level, which is another part of it,
Thank you.
which we'll show that off too.
So magical.
So that does it for the main thing in this chapter. Like I said, there's the side missions here, but I don't have anyone that's level 35. So, like I said, some of those you're not gonna really be able to do. Um, Level 31. I just haven't been. If you're playing from season one, these racers you probably got a lot from the season, so a lot of people probably have them already above a level 31. But I started later, so I'm just not going to be able to do those probably. But it doesn't prevent me from getting the top level of the pass. Also, for ones you can beat besides the last ones, there's the upgrade boxes. So these are just races you can use to help get those upgrade parts. Um, and they're in pretty much every chapter but the last. So there's a lot of ways to progress in the game besides multiplayer or even just the solo mode, which is nice. Let's check out everything we just unlocked real quick. So we'll go to the golden pass first. So the last one, we just get a season box. And what is cool about this is the last tier can be earned multiple times. So if you keep climbing past level 50, you can earn more of these season box credits, which is, if you are able to beat all of them, it's good that your progress keeps getting you rewards and doesn't stop. The collection rewards. So, just by unlocking racers and stuff in the game, you level your collection level up, and they have rewards there. What's good once you get, I think 13, is you get these tokens, which that's what you use to buy the pass. And you get after that, you get about 300 every 5 levels. And I want to say the season pass is 900. So you could essentially unlock the premium version of the golden pass and get all that extra stuff without having to pay money. You can just play the game. So right now you see I got 1,700 just from playing multiplayer and the collection rewards. So when the new golden pass comes up, I can just use 900 of those and unlock it, and I don't have to spend 10 or 15 bucks every time a new season drops, which I appreciate because sometimes, especially if I think this one every season is about 2 months or so, so it's not every single month. There's a little bit more time, but sometimes games like that, you have a pass every month and you're selling out 10, 15, $20. It can add up. So just being able to play the game to buy those is nice as well. I appreciate that feature. Now we got a lot of boxes, so I got 6 of these. So we're gonna open up these and see what we get. And this is just how you another way to unlock racers and all that. It's a very, in my opinion, a very in-depth game, collection game, racing game, that sort of thing, where there's a lot of different ways to progress and play it. These boxes are actually really good because you get quite a bit of shards, which helps you
Fabulous.
level up the racers even quicker because they can definitely be hard to come by if it's not the season boxes and season pass. So we'll get 3 rewards every time from this box, and it's just kind of random. If you have something maxed out, then they do take that out of the box, so you're not getting a bunch of
So
duplicate stuff.
magical.
But it takes a while to get uh, any of these characters completely maxed out to the 5 stars. So, and your crew has star levels too, so they get better the more shards you unlock and all that. Appreciate the follow. I for got how to play there. Captain Crazy, Momster, Moondragon, all the follows. I appreciate it. I say still new to streaming, just kind of started this month. I enjoying this game, so I was like, definitely show this off. Not a lot of people were playing it. I also do poker tournaments sometimes, so there's that. I moved to a place now, Arizona, where they have casinos and live poker games. So I grew up playing it, learning from my granddad. So I was like, no, now it's the time I can actually play. So I kind of do online tournaments for practice. So if you like poker or you've always wanted to learn to play, you can check those out when I'm playing and kind of uh, join me on my journey to,
Thank
playing more in the money tournaments and stuff like that. And see, they actually have like a state championship here and all that. So, definitely going to be a journey for sure. My wife started playing too, so I think we're talking about possibly getting her into streaming as well, and us streaming some poker tournaments together. So that'll be kind of doing a dual stream if possible. So that'll be fun too.
Fabulous.
And then I'm a big wrestling WWE fan. So the last game, it was good, but the online play, there was a lot of disconnects and stuff like that. So I kind of took a break from that. But the new one hopefully comes out in March, as typical release. So I'll be playing some wrestling games as well in the future. And also, if anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I kind of got out of playing games for a while, just pretty much played the wrestling games and all that. Didn't um, try a bunch of new stuff, but I'm kind of getting back into it now and just trying different games. So if you have any suggestions of something fun to play, let me know, and I'll definitely try it out. Join. I was into Rocket League for a while. That was a big one I played for quite some time, but the skill level in that was insane. I did okay. I was kind of the middle of the pack there, but those grand champions and stuff, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get to that point. So these are the universal. Again, thanks for all the follows, guys. I appreciate y'all joining and hanging out with me. These are the universal boxes for Disney Speedstorm. So even if you start late, you still have the options and possibility to unlock all the rewards and racers that were past seasons. So you can use the special season coins you get each season to just open up these boxes and get different racers and stuff like that. So, which is cool. It definitely takes a little longer because you only get about one or two every time, but it's nice that if you get a late start, you're not too far behind, and you can still unlock racers you might have
Exciting.
missed. Like Lilo and Stitch is probably one of my favorite Disney animated movies, so I'm hoping to unlock that whole collection at some point. Got another Beast shard here. And these are by far so you can unlock specific racers that you already have if you need to level them up,
Oh,
especially for like a
wonderful.
season pass sometimes. So we got a new crew member here. Awesome. Getting that Lilo and Stitch set. But yeah, so they have daily specials. So let's say I needed to level up Jesse specifically for some reason. I could spend the 31,000 to get 4 shards, help me get closer to leveling her up. But I think the best bet is here. You get 10, and you're guaranteed 3 shards at least of different things. So and it can be higher racers and stuff like that. So to me, you know, unless you need to unlock a specific racer for something, I would just stick to these kind of boxes, and just kind of make general progress in overall in unlocking racers. So I think we're, yeah, Bo Peep. You need the, I think commons are just 10 of 10 stars, but if it's an epic or something, you need a few more shards to unlock them. We got about 40 more thousand, I think. So we got three more of these boxes. Hopefully, we can unlock another racer or something. I say you get a lot of the crew shards in these, but they do come in handy boosting some of the stats of your racer, especially balancing them out. So if you got a racer that's kind of slow, you can add these shards on to increase their top speed and stuff like that. So that's always a big bonus there. I don't have Woody unlocked yet, so that those are some good ones. If you notice your collection score go up, that means you're going to unlock something. So if it doesn't go up, you didn't. You're not going to unlock anything new. Um, but if it does, then that means something either leveled up or you unlocked a new racer or crew member.
This makes me very
I
happy.
think it might be a new crew, yeah. Lilo and Stitch today. I was just talking about that being one of my favorite movies, and we're unlocking all the crew for them, so that's nice. Last box here. Alright, let's see. I think it's going to be just crew shards. I feel like the collection level went up, so another crew
Thank you.
unlock or level up, maybe. Yeah, a new crew member. So that does it for our coins there. Now to just show you more of the game, uh, that we were in season tour, so there's a few that I didn't do, but like I said, sometimes you're just not, unless once you get the levels and more racers, it'll be easier to complete these fully. But the first one, you might have issues completing some of those later levels if you don't unlock certain characters. But they also do events, so you have seasonal ones, which are usually multi-day events, and then you have uh, limited events, which are usually a week. So these are just upgrade parts and stuff like that. So if you need specific parts to upgrade specific racers, you just do these races. So there's a lot of ways to upgrade. You're not like kind of stuck not being able to upgrade racers forever. Okay, so this one should be pretty easy. Finish the race in position 3 or higher. Use 3 charge skills and activate 5 manual boost. Okay, so we gotta be only at a level 12. We'll test it out. I think this was like a bonus character when the game first released, so I haven't seen many shards to unlock Figment here. But if you complete all these objectives, I think you unlock 2 shards at least, so that would be a start to unlocking him, the racer, in full. But it's going to be interesting racing at a level 12. I also have never raced with them before, so. At least he has a special skill, it seems like. I want to say. I forgot. I read all the goals I was supposed to achieve and then immediately forgot them once I started this, so. I want to say I need to use some charge skills, and I know I got to come in, try to win this. Not looking too good right now. Alright, so we're still right up here with everyone. got 2 laps too, so hopefully we can pass them up when we get close to the finish line here. I'd say his handling is not very good. I'm struggling with that for sure. So we're in this final lap now. What's crazy is these maps change too. So sometimes there'll be the grind pipes for you to use, and then other times there won't, and they'll be a little different depending on the race. So you can kind of get familiar with the track, but it's not going to be 100% the same every single time you play. Got a decent lead, but they're definitely coming up behind me, so hopefully we can maintain the lead. Oh no, look, just like that, slowly past me. I knew they were close, I could tell. Oh, I took this wide turn. Wow, we're gonna get second here. Which I think we might still unlock one of the, yeah, and that one. So we completed enough objectives to get the shards, which was the main thing that I was after there. Anytime you can unlock racer shards in this game, that's the main thing to do just because they're the hardest to come by, even if it's only one or two. Um, that definitely helps you out. And they have a lot of these, so these red canisters are used to help upgrade your low level racers, which right now I unlocked a bunch of racers and I've been on a grind to upgrade them all because you don't get a lot of these. So those are stuff I recommend doing as well for upgrade. This race will be pretty easy because it's a recommended level 10. So but you can race with any level. We just got to reach top 3, slide on the grind pipe for 3 seconds, and use manual boost 3 times, and we'll unlock a Mickey shard too if we do all these. So, but I can use Jasmine here, so level 30 against level 10 is pretty easy, quick solo play here to unlock the upgrade materials. This is a pretty cool track too. I say that all the details in the tracks are pretty neat. They're all themed to the certain collection. So we'll get new tracks too when the next season drops, and Frozen theme tracks, which should be interesting. This is a very drift heavy track here. So I know I gotta grind on the pipes and use manual boost a lot. So far we're doing a pretty good run, drifting pretty well.
I need help.
I say we haven't done the Toy Story track yet. I would say that's probably the equivalent to Mario's Rainbow Road in this one so far. It is interesting one to say the least. I'll say I have to show off some other racers too, but I figured we can probably jump into some multiplayer once we do some of these just little events and show more of the upgrade features and stuff like that. So in this game, when you drift, you get like a drift boost if you hit kind of the perfect drift. You get a little boost from that, and then your boost meter is at the top there. and that gains. And then once it's ready, you can use, and then you have your skills, which you just press Y for those. You can charge them. The skills are pretty in depth actually, so you can just press it, which initiates it. You can charge it, which initiates it in a different way.
This makes me
And you
very
can throw it in
happy.
front or behind you. So there's a different options to do with those as well. So we're gonna unlock all three of those and get our Mickey shard for the day. The game runs pretty smooth too. Like,
This
uh,
makes me
I don't
very
really have
happy.
any lag issues in the races or anything like that. I haven't experienced much, so we'll see what this one is. Okay, cool. So I can kind of show this one. So this, you can set your level, racer level, and it unlocks different objectives. And then, so for instance, in this one, if you unlock six objectives, you get 20 Aladdin shards, which is huge. And you can unlock different things there. See if they don't seem that hard. So use five skills, finish the race in third or higher, second or higher, drift for 400 meters two times, win the race and slide on the grind pipes, use five charge skills, aerial stunts. I'm sure. So like when it's okay, so I have to just use Aladdin. I didn't know. Sometimes it says character there, and that means like the collection, and sometimes it's the character specifically. So that one you can only use Aladdin, which I do not have them at a high level right now. All right, so show off the multiplayer too. So this is the regulated one. So you can choose any racer you have, or you can use a guest racer. They provide four different ones. So if you want to play as a racer and you haven't unlocked them, then you get an option to kind of test them out too. But everyone is a level
Like an
30
adventure.
and pretty much even stat wise. So and you play this and you can unlock stuff too. So like Baloo, I don't have unlocked, so this will definitely be one to play for sure. Um, so we'll probably jump back into that in a minute, but just to show you the other one is racer specific. Um, so you have a rank for each individual racer, and as you climb the ranks and get points, you unlock all this stuff. So upgrade parts, racer shards, tokens, multiplayer coins, all this stuff you unlock, and you don't. You get the points by whatever rank you come in. So first you get the most, second, last, third, all the way to eighth, and up to platinum. You don't lose any points. So it can be a slow grind depending on how well you're racing, but you don't have to worry about losing progress up to platinum. Once you get to platinum, if you come in eighth or seventh, or I want to say first through fourth gains you points, and fifth through eighth loses you points. So it can be a little harder to climb up these ranks once you get to platinum. So my method here, I see I have a lot of races. My top one, I got to emerald so far, and then everyone else I just kind of get to platinum to get all those rewards fairly easy because when you redo a season, from what I heard, this is the first season I've played, so I am not 100% on this. But when a new season comes out, all these people will lose a couple levels in the multiplayer, so they might go down. If they're at 16, they might go back down to 14 or something like that. Um, but the rewards don't reset. So essentially, but you do get coins for whatever level they're at. So pretty much it's kind of like let me get all the platinum rewards because they're the easiest to obtain, and then focus on one individual racer from there. So you don't have to, because if I got let's say I got 5 up to emerald and then they all reset, then I would have to repeat steps for all 5 of them. Um, in ways that past platinum it's a little harder so it's kind of just taking more time there, so I recommend choosing your best racer to try to get as far as you can, and then just kind of get into platinum with the others. The main reason too is it's going to help you level them up to 2 stars and level them past, level 15 or something like that. So it's just easy rewards to get essentially just by racing and playing the game. So that's kind of my overview of the multiplayer there. But I actually need to unlock Baloo here, so I think we're gonna play some regulated multiplayer and just kind of show you what that's like. I might stick with Aladdin. He's pretty good, but we'll go with Jesse because it's a different type. We have a brawler type and probably one of my favorite brawlers in the game. So we'll do a few races with her and then maybe change it up after that. So we'll start this one off. I say we got a Thanksgiving week this week, a big week. I don't know what everyone else is doing. I'm not doing much actually. We just having a little dinner, family dinner here. Nothing too big, not anything crazy. Um, I I'm not a huge Thanksgiving dinner person as far as the food wise, like turkey and ham and stuff like that. I don't know. Never. Some people that's like they wait for. My wife loves the stuffing and the turkey, so that's her big thing. But I don't mind it. Don't get me wrong. I still eat Thanksgiving dinner for sure, but it's not like the food itself. It's just turkey and ham and stuff like that. Has never been my favorite per se, but it's already. I also feel like it's already in Christmas season with all. It's like Thanksgiving. You get the one day, you get dinner, and then everyone's out shopping. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, ready for Christmas. Switch gears really quick. Sometimes it's Christmas focus even before Thanksgiving happens. Take the Halloween decorations down and put the tree up. But it's fair. Christmas is fun, just those kind of holidays, spending time. I say we stopped doing so many like presents as much and all that because it's like we just had a bunch of stuff we didn't necessarily need, and we're like, let's do more experiences, stuff like that. Me and my wife go to conventions a lot, meet some celebrities, actors, stuff like that. This year we went to quite a few earlier this year. Once we moved out here, they had one. We got to meet Sean Gunn from Kraglin, Guardians of the Galaxy. That was really cool. That was the quickest convention we ever did because it was kind of just like a small horror fest, so it wasn't a ton of vendors or even signers and stuff like that. So we just went in. There was no line at his table. It was on a Friday too, so if we went on a Saturday or something, probably would have been busier. But there was no one at his table, so we walked right up, got the autograph and picture, and then checked out a few of the booths, and then we were out in like 45 minutes. So definitely we're used to a lot of the conventions we go to spending a whole day getting autographs and stuff, and then a whole nother day going through the vendors and all that. So Dragon Con in Atlanta had to be one of the biggest ones. But I'm a big fan of the OC, and Ben McKenzie was actually doing a signing there, so I had to go and you don't see him doing signings very often, so I definitely had to go. Got a custom Ryan Atwood pop for him to sign, so that was cool. I would say definitely recommend going to any conventions if you've never been, especially if you're like there's certain fandoms you like or just kind of like collector stuff or it's a lot of fun. Everyone's just kind of nerding out all together and just having a good time and um, we got to meet some cool people so far. Met Ralph Macchio and I'll start blinking on names. William Zapka from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid, obviously the original. Um, got the original Karate Kid Funko Pop signed by them. They were super cool. Got to meet Steve from Blue's Clues. A good list of people. Stephen Amell from Arrow. Heels, which unfortunately got canceled. I was, as a wrestling fan, I was getting really into that show, and then with everything going on, they canceled that one. Maybe it will get picked up somewhere else, but we'll have to see. Michael Rucker, Yondu from Guardians, got to meet him. Really nice. Everyone we met has been really nice so far, so all good experiences. Deathstroke from Arrow, he was a really cool guy. Awesome signature too. Um, got to meet some wrestlers too. Daniel Bryan, um, Paige. I was a big fan of there's a YouTube wrestling YouTube Up Down Down, and these guys known as the Party would play Uno. Um, during kind of happened during the pandemic, and we were working, me and my wife, in retail during that time, so it was a little stressful always around people, but they got together and they would play Uno every week. Um, do a YouTube video and all that. The four of them. So we would watch the Uno every week they played. It was so fun. They were funny and all that. And we got to meet three of the four of them. So Adam Cole, Cesaro, and Tyler Breeze. We haven't got to meet Xavier Woods yet. So hopefully soon, because they got a custom Uno deck made for them since they played every week. So we got three of them to sign that. So we're just missing his. But yeah, that's all the fun kind of convention celebrity meeting stories we have. Hoping to go to some more next year. Um, I know. I think they have some in the Arizona area and stuff like that. But so as you see, you get a good amount of points from doing these. So we're already up to 2 levels here, even though I didn't do too well in the race in the first time. But uh, I like the one thing I like about this game too is the races are only like a minute or two, so it's kind of just a fun, take your mind off things, relaxing, chill game. Just kind of play and zen for a moment. You can get mad sometimes when you're in these multiplayer ones, and you get, you're doing well and you get hit with a skill or something and it knocks you back 4 places and you end up finishing sixth or something like that. But the multiplayer, like the way they do the progression, it's not too much. Like you don't feel like raging too much. Like I said, until you get to those higher ranks, then if you lose and lose points, it can be a little discouraging. But there's a lot of fun to be had, and you get can just switch to a different racer and play if you're not feeling one that day. But as you see, brawlers, I can kind of bump into them and knock them out. But a lot of brawlers are slow, so Jesse's definitely my favorite brawler. I'd say if they have an event or something to unlock Jesse, that would be a focus. I would say because she's definitely the best brawler I've seen so far. Even her skill, so all those Toy Story things blocking the way, that's her skill. So you use that, and then it just pretty much blocks the path. So if anyone runs into any of that stuff, they kind of get spun out for a little while and then have to start over. So pretty solid racer all around for sure. I race with speedsters a lot, so I get used to racing with them, and then I forget I can just bump racers when I'm a brawler, and that will actually give me boosts too. He used the skill, but yeah, because when when you're a speedster, I try to avoid bumping. Sometimes if you're going like fast enough and you have a good combat power, sometimes if you bump into a racer, it will spin them out as a speedster, but it just depends on the type and all that. But brawlers pretty much
I know
knock out
just what
anyone they
to do.
bump into. So uh, yeah, so this is the trickster kind of thing, and it just disorients you, flips your view, so like your controls are inversed and all that.
Yes.
I think we might. I don't want to speak to you. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I think we might actually get a first place here, but as soon as I said that, I was expecting someone to zoom right past me. So, but yeah, as you can see, it's all level 30. So this is the most kind of, as they call it, regulated, most fair online play for sure. You should get it, yeah, 300. So that's the most points you can get, but you still get a pretty good amount. Even coming in like third or fourth, you get about like 100, 200. So it's a pretty quick mode to go through, and they release a new one every week. So it's a good way to get shards of racers you might not have, or just unlock some stuff.
Who's ready for a rootin' good time?
That's one thing I like too. You don't have to play super long to progress in the game. If you jump on for like an hour, hour or two, you can go through the season mode pretty. We went through a whole chapter in just a little bit. There's a few races we couldn't do, but I mean, about a whole chapter, especially if you have higher level racers, you can probably get through in about 30 minutes. And they only release one every Friday. So um, it's not that much of a grind to do the single player mode.
No way.
Um,
What?
and the events are pretty easy. So it's kind of just as much as you want to play it. Obviously, if you want to grind and level up faster, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to play. Even with just the solo player events and unlocking stuff through there, you don't even have to play multiplayer if you don't want to. But there's a whole lot to grind multiplayer, especially when you're starting off. Obviously, as you
Stay
progress through
ready.
seasons and you unlocked a lot of it, um, there won't be as much to do, and you can kind of focus on getting higher levels. But uh, if you're like me and I start a game, I just kind of get super into it, and that's all I play for about a month or two, and just play it over and over and over again. So there's no shortage of things to do in that case. Wow,
Get moving.
mm, keep getting knocked out over here.
I know just what to do.
And sometimes I won't, if it's a racer I already have unlocked, because you only get 3 shards, so it's not an insane amount of shards, which I recommend. If it's a racer you don't have unlocked, any shards help. If it's a racer you do have unlocked, it makes more sense for you to play the individual ranked mode, just because you get based on each tier. So like you start off in bronze, silver, gold. Each one you get about 4 or 5 racer shards in each tier. So you can unlock essentially 15 or 20, getting up to platinum or a little past platinum racer shards to level that racer up, which to me makes more sense time wise than doing this and getting 3 shards and a few upgrade materials. So But if you don't have the racer unlocked, there's not really a way to get those shards except through the boxes and possibly events if they do one. So I definitely recommend doing it in that case because any shards will help towards unlocking that racer for sure. And you get some other stuff along the way. So, like, we're about to get our first one here. And he's an epic racer, so his shards are even harder to come by. So, but I think we'll be able to finish most of this. I say I haven't got about another 30 minutes or so. I'll be streaming and then I'll, you know, be off and raiding someone else here. But I think we'll be able to get pretty far in it before we're done for the day, just to kind of show how quickly you can play. I'm just jumping on for like a little over an hour and a half today and already was able to do the solo progression, a few events, and I think I'll be able to get through a good majority of this multiplayer mode.
I'm deciding
So
my own future.
again, definitely recommend just giving a download, testing out. It's free to play games are always intriguing to me because it doesn't cost you anything to give them a try, you know. And some of the funnest, like I said, I was big into Rocket League for a while there, which was another free game, and I mean, I played that for several years. And of course, there's in-game transactions, but if it's done right, you know, even like Rocket League, a lot of that stuff was cosmetic, so you didn't necessarily need to spend money if you didn't want to. You can just enjoy the game, and I feel like this one's pretty similar. Obviously, um, there's some perks though. Spending money if you wanted to, you could possibly unlock racers
I know
quicker
just
and
what to do.
um, level them up quicker. But it's definitely not needed. There's so many modes to play besides ranked, and like I said, even the matchmaking for ranked isn't that far off. And if you get enough racers, you know,
You give
you
up?
can you can technically upgrade a racer before you even do the multiplayer, and then it's going to make it that much quicker and easier for you to win. So because there's definitely, I think we've all probably played the free to play online games where if you spend money you have a clear advantage. And it one of the games I played, WWE Supercard, similar to that, just because you can unlock the highest ranked cards and stuff like that, and have an advantage during the actual gameplay. So but this one I feel like there's so much different stuff that it doesn't really, it's not going to give you that much of advantage
I know
besides
just
just
what to
having
do.
more characters and stuff like that. But it has such a good solo player ability, and you can play with friends and private matchmaking and all that. That to me, it's not a, the in-game transactions don't really deter for the quality of the game and being able to play it without putting extra money in it, you know. And hopefully they keep it up. Hopefully it's not, you know, uh, we do it for a year and then they shut the servers down. But I feel like, you know, Disney is big, so I feel like as more people try the game and see the game, it's going to develop a little fan base of its own. We'll see how long that will last. Rocket League and Fortnite and some of these other ones are still going really strong. So, but racing isn't. I don't know. To me, I guess racing isn't as big of a genre, but could be wrong as the other two. But then again, playing soccer with cars, I didn't think would be as big of a hit as it was. So you never know what games tend to kind of catch on and develop that big fan base there. I'm trying to think. So Jesse's probably my favorite brawler. Tricksters, you got Mulan and Meg from Hercules, pretty good. I don't know, I feel like a lot of
I know
the
about
women
you.
racers in this game are better. I don't know if they're just faster or what, but like Genie, I think is a brawler. I just he's slow. Um,
I'm deciding my
Beast is a
own
brawler
future.
and just like super slow. It feels like to
This is
me.
gonna be a great race.
Aladdin's pretty good. I want to say he might be a trickster though. I don't know if he's a speedster. The defender class is probably my least favorite class, to be honest. I just haven't found a racer I really like from that class as much as the others.
I'm finished. Gotcha.
Which in a s is their ability is pretty good because if you bump someone, it can give you a shield, which can be really helpful, especially in multiplayer because there's a lot of skills and that's the hardest part of multiplayer is trying to avoid all the people trying to bump into you and just the collisions and stuff. Um,
I know
but I just
just
haven't
what to
found
do.
really a solid defender that I like to race with as much as some of the other classes. So, but I will say, pretty much every racer feels a little different to race with. Like,
No
it's
way.
not necessarily completely equal. Um, and everyone's probably going to have their favorites depending on your racing style. So that's kind of an interesting. I typically go with speedsters more just because I don't not focused on
Yes.
bumping as much in the skills and stuff. Jesse to me kind of has speedster in energy because the handling's pretty good too with the ability to bump racers. So I will use her for that reason. But that's pretty much the only brawler I tend to use unless I have to try to level one up for the solo mode and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Coming up on the end here, I'm really hoping I can. I thought I was gonna hit that bump. Wow, just like that, go from fourth to sixth.
I reckon I can go a lot faster than that.
Let's see. I feel like we showed Jesse off enough, so we can switch to a different racer. Let's see. So Jasmine was a speedster, so we played with her a little bit.
I can look after myself.
We have Meg, who's a trickster. We play with Meg. She's not too bad. Aladdin. Aladdin's the season one, so Hercules is a brawler. I haven't played with him a lot, so we might have to. I'll have to level him up more. We'll go with Aladdin though. Show you sort of the a trickster class and kind of this into this season's like main character here. Again, appreciate all the views and the TCC family for the follows and all that. Working towards affiliate, you know. Uh, but it's definitely awesome feeling the support here. So
I'm deciding my own future.
I'm excited to do more. Definitely have to play some poker on here. Sometimes tournaments are unpredictable, so you don't know. It could go. You could be playing for 30 minutes to like an hour, or you could be going for 2 to 3 hours, depending on the tournament. So it can be hard to gauge how long you're gonna stream for in that. So I have to say he's probably my favorite special ability though of all the racers. He's got the carpet ride here because you can still drift. So like if you hold it down, it does this, and you can still drift and get boost, which I think is pretty awesome. Definitely my favorite, one of my favorite skills for sure. Jesse's isn't bad, but it can also be hit or miss if they're able to avoid all your traps. Then it doesn't really help you much. But there's definitely others that are, in my opinion, a lot worse. But Aladdin's is definitely one of the coolest ones. But see, so you'll see like little shortcuts like that, and it's not very noticeable, and you wouldn't think. But there's a lot of those throughout every track, so
Got it. Time to improvise.
we're doing really well with Aladdin. So you can also do this one if you don't hold it down. He just kind of sits on it and goes. I prefer the other one, like I said, because you can get boost, and I feel like it lasts longer to that. But just to kind of show that off. But Aladdin's definitely a top notch
What?
trickster there. And we got a easy first
Better
there.
than I could have wished
Online's
for.
tricky. Like if you're able to get out ahead of the pack, kind of, and avoid getting hit with a bunch of skills out the gate, it's a lot easier of a race and easier time. But if you get stuck kind of in the middle, it can be difficult to get up, catch up to that person in first and second. So we got Baloo real quick. So if you go to collection, so we look at Baloo. So right now I have 2 shards of him, and I would need 10 to unlock them. So if you're ever wondering like how close you are to a character, you can just check the collections, and it will give you all of that info. Awesome, appreciate it there. Bert, the trophy hunters, always appreciate the support. So, but again, he's an epic racer, so it's hard to get shards. So this won't unlock them, but it will put us closer for sure. So if we open up some of the um, boxes in the future and are lucky enough to get a few, where we'll just be that much closer to unlocking them. Any of the epic ones, but like Stitch is an epic one, so I'm still a little ways away from being able to unlock Stitch as well.
I can do it. I know I can.
South there. Don't nobody cheat now.
Tickety-tock.
But
I'm
I
so
definitely
ready.
think Disney has something here, though. I
Good
mean,
luck,
could you
everyone.
imagine the amount of Disney characters there are to include in the game? And if they just make this something that is seasonal updates, and keep the microtransactions and stuff like that for people who do want to play, to kind of just support the game and its ability to continue. Um, you definitely have something here in this kind of style of racing game. Uh,
Tough that out.
and something that was pretty much dominated by Mario Kart, which I mean, who doesn't love Mario Kart? So
Take that out.
I also did not realize that I switched characters by accident. So see how this goes, because I have not. I was kind of getting used to Aladdin there,
Gotcha.
but if you saw his special skill was just creating that kind of vocal things that knock out some of the other racers, so not necessarily on par there with Aladdin at all.
Yep.
But yeah, they have so many
Oh no.
possibilities of characters that Disney can incorporate. And they did Pirates of the Caribbean, so I was like, what other um, maybe non-animated Disney could you see too? I mean, imagine like getting Marvel characters into it. I don't know if that's something they could do depending on the game rights and stuff like that, but
Guess I messed up.
uh, racing as like Captain America or Iron Man or something would be pretty insane too. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where the game goes and if it kind of develops that community. I don't think a lot as many people are, especially not streaming it right now, but necessarily playing it either. We're gonna change back to
I'm
Aladdin
back at
here because
myself. Got any critters that need
we did a lot better
They
with
think I'm
him,
fast, but I'm
and we'll
fastest.
start the race. But matchmaking is pretty quick too. Searching, like, this is probably the longest I've actually searched. But like I said, I mean, man, the online, I don't really have any lagging issues. Occasional disconnects if they're updating something in the shop or something. Um, Happened a few times, but very minimal. And then you don't typically wait too long to jump into a game either. So, which is big because no shot at 2K, but big WWE fan. And when I was playing, I was actually in a league for 2K23 on the PlayStation, and we were having disconnect issues. It seemed like every single match, and that really can affect the online play of the game when you're, in a match play, especially wrestling matches could go 10, 20 minutes and then you get a disconnect and have to restart. It's not fun to say the least. So I do appreciate that the servers hold up and I don't have to lose any progress or reconnect to a match or anything like that very often.
Get out of here!
Oh man, see, I'm in the middle of it all right now.
Nice going! Oh man! Ha! Hey!
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to
Time to improvise.
pass these people. They kind of got me stuck here. Yeah, I knew the finish was coming.
Oh,
Fifth, not the best at all. But we're gonna climb up that next rank. And so if you do get a duplicate item, which happens, you'll get some season currency for it. So at least you get something in that words. I think so. Yeah, like we're already only 2,000 away, so not far away from completing this one. And I mean, maybe an hour, probably not even that we jumped into it. So pretty quick progress here. And you get a pretty good mix of tracks and stuff, so it's not obviously it's a racing game, so there's a little bit of repetitiveness in the fact that you're in a race, but you get a good mix of tracks and opponents and all that. And it's pretty competitive in a sense. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of, especially in regulated, a little bit of luck in how the skills fall and all that. So um, even if you're like super good, I don't necessarily know if you're going to get a first place all the time. Um, but it's definitely competitive. I keep getting stuck in the middle, which is not where I want to be. And that's one of the tough things about trickster class and some of the non-brawler classes is you can't really, if you're next to a brawler and they're going to start bumping you, there's not a lot you can do to protect yourself there.
Uh-huh.
Just like that.
No way!
So that's one way, like, for instance, Jesse might be a bit of a better fit for multiplayer if you're getting kind of stuck in the middle of the pack like this.
Yeah!
But if I can get ahead, as you saw in the one race with Aladdin, could get an easy break for first place. But we have not had that luck since that race. So This is the Monsters Inc. track.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's one thing I gotta get better at is jumping to avoid some of these obstacles. Some of them you can just jump over and stuff like that. This guy's gonna
Oh yeah.
try to. I tried to avoid the bump and then ended up running into him.
Come on.
But we got a fourth place there, so. But see, even fourth, you get 200, so man, it goes fast. Let's see, it says new offer in the shop. I don't know what that. Yeah, okay. So we got our free shop item. You get it like every day. You get a box and then a free item. You know, every like 8 hours or so. Do a few more of these. We got about 10 minutes until we raid Momster 856 there. So maybe do one or two more, and then we'll call that a session and
Here gets a parade, right?
raid it on out to Momster there to take over.
I'm deciding my own future.
I like this track. This one's a funny track. I have a clip on one on here of doing this track, and there was like a pipe at the start. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if it's on this map or not. And I just jumped directly into the wall, and not the very best start. So no, I don't think it's this version of the track, but and immediately get hit by a trickster. All right, let's. Oh no, they got me. I thought I missed
Here goes.
the purple
Uh-huh.
confusion thing there, but apparently I didn't.
Gotcha.
But that's okay. We're back in fourth. It didn't mess us up too bad
Let's
there.
fly.
Hit me with the bomb. All right, let's see.
Carp, let's move.
I'm not doing a good job of catching up to him yet.
Hey.
Jeez. So I think are they using Jasmine's fast in this game? Meg is really good too. Meg, those are like usually my go-tos when I'm not doing ranked. I ran right into that one, right at the finish line too. You still got third
Not
though.
much, but I'll take it.
Could have been worse.
Get out of
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some Disney Speedstorm. Like I said, just got one or two more here, and then we're gonna pass it off. But again, if you haven't checked out the game, free to play, so give it a shot, give it a download, maybe, and then maybe soon we can get a group play or something. You know, a group race going. If multiple people start playing it and get into it, set up a private race or some of the other multiplayer functions. I'd like to say I've got pretty decent at the game, but I don't know if multiplayer it sometimes begs to differ with the amount of first places I've had. But when you start off just getting shot into the air like that, sometimes it's a little difficult to get that first place. Which honestly, I think like again, I haven't played a lot of online racing games recently, but I know when I kind of that was becoming the thing, that was kind of like my biggest derail from them. It's just basically just everyone's bumping into you, and it's less racing and more destruction and bumper cars essentially. But in a game where that's kind of part of the game, like the Mario Kart kind of vibe and skills and stuff like that, it doesn't, it kind of works better than, you know, maybe a Need for Speed or something like that when you're trying to legit race and you're just getting uh, bumped into every second and thrown off the map and stuff like that.
Carpet, I need you. Huh? Gotcha.
Okay, I'm not doing too well with my carpet here. Jeez.
I'm in trouble.
Right at the end, too. It's always right at the end.
Oh boy.
That was an impressive last place finish there. All right, we're gonna do one more. Hopefully, do a little better than eight, and then we're gonna pass this off after that. So, but since this was my first time getting all the support from the TCC group, I appreciate it. It means a lot. Makes it a lot more fun to uh, stream when you got the support in the chat, support in the viewership, and all that. All the follows, super thankful. And like I said, I'm excited to check out, jump into some of y'all streams and stuff. More so moving forward, and I checked out a couple earlier before earlier this week and stuff. But excited to
I'm deciding my
jump
own
more into
future.
the community. I say I spent a lot of time trying to get all this set up and figure out how it all works and stuff. But now that we're kind of got that under control and moving, I'll be able to just enjoy all the other streams that are going on more and hang out and jump into the chats more and get to know everyone, see what other games to try out,
Time to improvise.
what everyone else is playing. Oh my gosh. And then we're again getting off to a great start here. It's been like the same map, I feel, for like the last three races. After I said it's a very good variety, they proved me wrong, I guess. All right, we're not doing
Yeah.
too well, but we've done worse. So let's see if we can
Gotcha.
make a run back. I always take this super wide turn, and it always messes me up there. I don't know. There's other versions of this track that are way better, and this one definitely is my
Let's fly.
least favorite. Quick, super
I don't
quick though.
believe this.
We got a fourth. I'll take that. So we are going to end it with that fourth place because I don't want another eighth place. Um, but again, appreciate all the follows, all the support, all the views. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully maybe you got a new game to play and test out moving forward. But let's see. We're gonna, pass this. Get the raid Monster 856 here. So let's get that going. All right, appreciate it, you guys, and continue that support from Momster here. Looks like we already played, so here we go. All right, see y'all next time. So appreciate the follow, Stone Cuppy. All right. See you guys next time.